Hey everybody, welcome to
Saki Doomy.
Welcome to our show. Make sure you like and subscribe over at sakitumi.com after the show. Thanks a lot, guys. Welcome to today's episode. Why settle for a gold star when our teachers deserve the gold medal? Tune in as we humorously tackle the debate on why those shaping our future should earn just as much as those chasing the ball. Hey everybody, it's Dedo. We're back here with another episode of Saki Doomy. That little guy in the front, in the beginning of the show. Saki Doomy. The little creature. He's a cool dude, man. He's a haircut, but he's a cool dude. So I'm here with my girl T-Bot.
Hey.
And we're going to talk about teachers against athletes.
Well, I wouldn't say that's...
No, it's the salaries.
Yes.
We're talking about salaries.
Exactly.
And who deserves what.
Right.
So at this point, what do you think? You think teachers should be paid like athletes?
I'm not saying teachers deserve $3 million a year. I'm just saying they need to be paid more for what they do with children these days.
Why?
Because the children are being taught how to be kids, how to respect kids, how to learn things in the world.
I just want to start this episode off by saying I am pro-teacher.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well, all right, good.
Why do they deserve more?
Because they have to put up with a lot. I mean, I was in the school systems, and it's basically babysitters.
Whose fault is that?
It's because we love children. That's
not really where I was going.
It's not anyone's fault. It's just you choose to be a teacher. So it's not anyone's fault. You just love being around kids. So it's a profession you want to go in.
I didn't ask you why you wanted to be a teacher. I asked you whose fault was it they have such a tough time.
Oh, because the kids are nightmares.
Why are the kids nightmares?
From their parents.
And why aren't there more teachers?
That's because maybe parents don't want their kids being brought up in a decent world these days, and parents don't care anymore, so they shove their kids off to school and have other people teach them, raise them. So
teachers should be paid more like daycare people, daycare providers, where you pay, each parent pays $200 a week for the kid to go to school.
Well, daycares, I think, a little different than teachers. Do daycares really teach kids? Do they get...
Are you serious?
Time out, or are they just watching their kids? Yes, don't look at me like that. Like, there's a difference between daycare and a teacher, I think.
A daycare provider is almost better than a teacher in ways.
Okay, how?
First of all, they're much younger.
That's not true, because there's teachers that are right out of college that go into be teaching.
I'm talking about the kids.
Oh.
The kids are much younger, and they're much more... They're learning things.
Okay.
Like their capacity to absorb information is much bigger at that point. Now, don't get me wrong. Kindergarten, first, second, third grade, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, correct.
But the very beginning of these kids' lives, they're with somebody else. So absolutely are these daycare providers teaching kids things.
I guess you couldn't call teachers daycare providers in some way.
They are daycare providers. Yeah. And that's what I just said. They should be paid more like daycare providers.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how much a daycare provider makes versus a teacher, honestly. Is
well,
it because the teachers have master's degrees and daycare people don't? I don't know the difference.
I'm pretty sure it's more than this at this point, but let's just use some round numbers.
Okay.
Each child, it's $200 a week for that person to go to a daycare, right? Mm-hmm. You can have up to 6 kids.
Okay.
That's $1,200 a week.
Yeah.
Right? Coming in. Now you got to pay taxes and insurance and all the state regulations and whatever.
Right.
The red tape, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So let's just say you have $1,000. That's $52,000 a year. Right?
Right.
Round numbers. The average pay, that's 6 kids.
That's 6 kids.
6 children.
Children usually in classrooms are 20 to 25.
Okay. So now let's just say that the average pay for a teacher, public schools, the teachers, let's just say the average salary is $60,000.
Okay. They
have 20 to 25 kids for $60,000.
Exactly.
You can make $52,000 having 6 kids.
Okay. I see where you're going with this, but I don't think public schools also pay for your education. Your insurances. There's per diem rates, there's 10-year. I don't think daycare providers have that. I haven't really looked into that because I was looking more into teachers. So what's basically the top average salary of a teacher? I'm probably thinking around $80,000 to $90,000.
$80,000 to $90,000.
And that's top, though. That's maybe even like a administrative, and I'm not even sure that's administrative or teachers with like 20 years in. I think fresh out of college, I don't think they're getting any more than $25,000 to $30,000 a year.
They're getting more than that.
I don't think so.
They probably start at 45 to 50.
I don't think so.
I'm sure they do. But anyway, it doesn't matter because people aren't going into teaching anymore because there's no money in it.
Sad.
And there's no reason to be a teacher anymore.
I know.
No reason.
The problem that is because who's going to teach these kids? Who's going to educate these kids? That's what I'm saying. They should be paying these teachers a lot of more money.
They only work 181 days a year.
Well, right, but athletes only maybe work half that time too and get paid $3 million or $7 million a year for what? Entertaining? For what? You think? I'm gonna throw this out there. Give me a minute. Do you think that LeBron James or Tom Brady would have ever been noticed if he didn't go to school and have a teacher teach him? What would he have done? Whatever.
It's got to be a rhetorical question because there's no answer to that. How do I know they had teachers?
Oh, come on.
How do you want me to answer that?
I'm pretty sure every person, LeBron James and Tim Brady had a
Tim Brady?
Tom. I don't care. I don't like it. That's why. Tom Brady had an education. But I'm saying they probably started in schools like football. And
Charles
basketball.
Manson had an education.
Yeah, he was not a...
Do you think he would have gotten noticed if it wasn't for his teachers?
Yeah, he probably would have because he chose the path of being disastrous.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying teachers should be paid a lot more money than what they're paying.
What should they be paid?
Well, I don't know. I don't think $7 million is a price, but I think athletes are overpaid anyway.
Athletes have to maintain a persona.
Okay.
And that's difficult to do. It's hard because you become isolated.
True.
You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You're stuck, basically. When you're LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Derek Jeter, it's hard to just go out and get a pizza. You can't just go do that stuff. When you're a lower celebrity, you can do that stuff still.
Well, it depends. Maybe they like that stuff, though. Maybe they like being noticed. I wouldn't say that's all a lonely life to live.
When you become somebody like LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Joe Montana or Tom Brady, you've given that up.
Well,
you've given it up.
But he makes a ton of money, so that's what makes him happy.
If that's what makes you happy, fine. But these teachers can go out and get a pizza. And they still, really, they still deal with it. These kids go, oh my God, it's Mrs. G.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
true.
It's Mrs. K. Yeah. Or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's true. It makes them feel like celebrities.
It does, really.
In a little way.
But most of them are like, oh God, I don't want to see any parents.
Right.
I don't want to see any parents. So they don't get paid enough. That's fine. But how do you figure you're going to rectify this?
I don't even think there's any...
You pay these teachers more. Our taxes go up. You going to pay more taxes?
Well, they're also contributing to taxes. Do athletes contribute to taxes?
Absolutely.
Do they pay them, though? There's a lot of...
Yes.
Okay.
Well, most of them.
Okay.
There are some, like Scottie Pippen, that didn't do it.
Okay, see? That's what
and who's the other guy that didn't do it?
That's what I'm saying.
Tax evasion.
Right. And I'm not saying teachers don't have that either, but I'm saying at least they're contributing to their tax situation because they're not as high as the athletes. You know what I mean? They're not as well known or they're not as celebrities or whatever because teachers just are people that take care of kids all the time. It's
free babysitting.
Yeah, but
it's free babysitting.
Time out. Throw in the kids that are on the spectrum. You have to understand it's a whole different kind of teacher.
Get rid of the spectrum.
Yeah, but that's how some kids are like that. What do? You're going to put the kids where? In a place where they just...
Do I say it?
No, you
Do I say it?
Nope. No, you don't. You're not saying it at all. Don't say it.
Begins with an S, ends in a wallow.
What I'm saying to you is that that's a dedication to the child.
Get rid of the spectrum.
You can't get rid of the spectrum.
Yes, you can.
How?
Because every single child is different.
Yes, they are. So how do you get rid of that when some kids they need that extra help? They need those teachers to teach them.
You ever put a magnifying glass over an ant?
No, but okay.
What happens when you do that?
It makes them big.
No, it kills them. The sun going through the magnifying glass burns an ant.
Oh.
That's what you're doing with this spectrum. Every child has different needs.
Correct.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Every child does.
Mm-hmm.
Every child is not lost.
Some are.
What you need is more teachers.
Right.
You need more teachers.
Back to the fact that they don't pay. Because no one wants to work for dealing with these kids on that level when they really want to do it, but they're not getting paid enough. So they get frustrated. Plus, got to understand too, some of these towns and states don't even pay them for supplies. So this comes out of their salary, which is already cheap, to supply their classrooms.
It's a very hard episode to disagree with you on, which I'm supposed to do. My whole thing is make the people pay.
Great. Well, that's why they have PTOs and all that stuff.
No, forget the PTOs. That doesn't do shit.
Well, it raises some money anyway.
No, the school should set up a GoFundMe for the teachers or something like that where people donate.
Oh.
And then they can buy the supplies through that.
That's a great idea.
Or you go into a half privatized, half public institution kind of thing where the teachers' salaries are paid the same as they are now. Mm-hmm. But the public subsidizes it and pays the teachers the other half so they get more. Right. It would attract more people.
Exactly.
It would have more teachers in the room.
Right.
More classrooms.
Yes.
Less kids in the class.
Right.
Less burnout. Because they are overwhelming these teachers every year more and more and more. Because there's fewer teachers.
There are.
More are retiring that are coming in. And that's not a good thing. Because teachers are the most valuable resource on this planet.
It is.
And we take advantage of it.
Granted.
And it's fucked up.
It is.
And I don't like it. I don't. And something's got to be done on this. Now, do they deserve to be paid like athletes? Hell no. Athletes don't deserve to be paid like athletes.
Totally agree with you. They are overpaid for doing something they love and entertaining everybody.
But they bring in so much money. They demand that kind of restitution.
I won't deny that.
Although teachers, without bringing that kind of entertainment value or not entertainment, but notoriety to it, they deserve more than athletes do.
They do. I mean, and here's another point too, that some of these kids, because the classrooms are so big, they get pushed aside. They don't get the education they need, and then they get like shoved into the system, and sometimes they drop out because they're not getting the education they deserve. So then they're out in this world of trying to find themselves, and it's because there were so many kids in the classroom and not enough teachers.
If everything stayed the way it is now, and the towns and everything didn't have to raise taxes, could still pay for public school and everything's free and up to thing, and the parents had to pay subsidize the other half.
Yep, that's a great idea.
Everything would go up. Crime would go down.
Yes.
Intelligence would go up.
Yes.
And you could have more specialized classes for these people that you claim are quote unquote on the spectrum.
Right.
And so maybe you could group them more into a group or a niche where they felt more comfortable and it was easier for them to learn.
Exactly.
But that doesn't happen.
No.
They're lumped in, and then they become, because they don't get what they need, they become distractions.
And problems.
Disruptions and problems. And they're probably not even problems.
No.
But we are creating them because we're sticking them with 24 other kids that don't do that.
Exactly.
And it's not their fault. It's not theirs. They don't even know what to do yet.
No.
They're 5, 6, 8 years old. What the hell do they know about life? They don't know anything about life.
Nothing.
And here they are, just pushing them through.
Pushing them through.
And you can't figure a way to solve this problem?
No, that's the problem.
But let's spend another $1 trillion on tanks. And bombs. That we haven't used.
Right.
We have a stockpile of weapons that we don't even know what the hell to do with.
Or where they even...
Let's just blow up the world and at least make it worth it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Just kill everybody.
Well, let's not kill everybody, but I know where you're going. It's just disgusting how the world is right now. It really is. It's a sad, sad situation. It really is. And I wonder about, not so much my kids, but my kids' kids. Like, how that's going to happen in, like, say, 50 years from now.
Greed has legitimately just taken over the entire planet.
Yes.
The world. Just straight up greed.
And everyone's miserable. Miserable.
Well, that's what happens. Like, let's say you go fishing, you don't catch your fish. Are you happy?
Now you got to throw your pole in the water and stomp away.
Yeah. And now you can't eat. And now you're hungry.
Right.
Which makes you more miserable.
Exactly.
Where if the ponds and oceans and all the rivers were overstocked with all this game.
Yep.
And you caught a fish and you went home and ate, you're happy.
Yes.
Freaking happy.
Right.
But that's what they're doing. They're taking away everything slowly but surely. And I don't like it.
I know.
It really blows up my skirt. I'll tell you that for free.
Don't like it either.
I don't like it. They're making it harder and harder for everything.
It is.
And you can see it.
I know.
In this goddamn internet.
Oh.
It's making everything worse and harder for teachers.
I agree.
Because they have, well, that's not what it says on the internet.
Who the
fuck cares?
Don't listen to anything on the internet, for one.
Except for our podcast. Listen to that. That's on the internet.
That's what you want to listen to. That's the only thing you want to listen to.
Because we are right and everyone else is wrong. I promise you.
Exactly.
Promise you. I'm telling you that for free. Just listen to it.
Yeah, it's sad. I just had to get that off my chest because I was really upset with the whole teacher thing. And
Classrooms are
overrun, overstocked. And I know for a fact in the South that my daughter was in the classrooms, and she got so upset one day because she was in 4th and 5th grade, and some of these kids can't read, can't write, and they're pushing them through the system because it just did not have room for them. I would like to be that kid.
It's like the toddler that can't use his words.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
What do? You can't use your words.
And you have a temper tantrum. You can't control yourself, and that it gets disrupted. That's the disruptive kid in the class, and then gets pushed somewhere into a room, and he just has a mental breakdown, and it's the kid's fault. Just
because the poor kid is developing slower than other kids.
Exactly.
It's not his fault.
Nope.
So how do you fix that? You take that kid, you subsidize it, and you give not a special class, just a class with more kids like him.
Yeah, exactly.
So he fits in better. And then you go. Now, you could argue special ed. No. Special ed is not cutting it anymore.
Well, I don't think they even call it special ed anymore. I think there's another name. I've been out of the system for a while. I know it's not special ed.
Do I dare use the R word?
No.
Okay.
You do not use the R word. I'm going to shut you down on that one.
I was using it for the parents.
Yeah, no.
Because children aren't. It's the parents that are.
Well, I'm going to definitely agree with you there. Parents don't care as much as they used to.
It's like having two tarts. Mm-hmm. It's having a tart and then having another tart. What'd you do?
I'm not.
You retart.
Couldn't help yourself.
And look, those are the parents.
It is the parents' fault.
It's the parents.
Total parents' fault.
Because they're looking for everyone else to help them out and fix the kid.
Yeah.
It's like, shut your mouth, dude. It's your kid.
Exactly.
Do your job and shut your mouth.
Do your job.
Jackass.
Take care of your kid. Exactly.
Hey, the poor kids.
I know.
Because most of them are sweet as hell.
I know. They're
sweet as pie. They're cute. And you end up falling in love with them more than any other. The normal kids in class, you're like, get out of here. Come here, little Billy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If you want to be in that field, you have to love the kids. Like, just love them because you know you're not getting paid for it. So there's that admiration towards these kids that these teachers just want to help them. And they know they're not getting paid. That's
why it's such an honorable profession.
It is.
If you tell me you're a teacher, it's like being in the military. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think it might be a little bit higher than the military, only because they're protecting us. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I don't think there's anything higher than the military, except for maybe teachers. Maybe. I don't even know if they're higher than the military, but teachers are that high up,
yes,
and that honored and that profound on your life.
Right.
Like some of the greatest people in my life were teachers.
Agree.
And especially the teachers that everybody always said to me, "Oh, this teacher's awful. She's so mean.
Right.
She sucks." It's always a she. Where the hell are these dudes?
I know.
Where are the dude teachers?
I know.
Anyway, she's mean. She's awful. A++.
Yeah.
A++.
And you remember them, though. Like, you remember them. How many years, even after you graduated college, you just remember those teachers that just made a lasting impression on your life.
I still have a crush.
You did tell me
on my first grade teacher. To this day.
No names. No names.
D-Nice. Go D-Nice.
D-Nice.
That's where we're going to leave it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Little
That's
D-Nice.
Funny.
Yeah. I don't know how you would do it. Teachers are in a bad way. It's an uphill battle at this point.
And sometimes the parents will take their moods out on the teachers. Like, why aren't you teaching my kid? What's wrong with my kid? Why are you segregating them? I'm like, oof.
I've said to my son specifically, I do not care what happens. The teacher is always going to be right.
Yep, I remember you saying
I don't care.
That. It's true.
Unless you could prove me wrong.
Exactly.
The teacher is right. Because they're not just picking on you.
Right.
They have 24 other kids to worry about to just sit there and waste their time picking on you.
Exactly.
You're obviously doing something wrong. And that's what people don't do. No. Oh, my kid would never do that.
Oh, that's exactly the attitude that we have to deal with.
Doesn't sound like my kid.
Right. My kid would never do that.
Oh, that's because you're too busy with your nose in your phone, not paying attention to little shit that's eating glue. Come on, you dumbass. This is why he's like this, because you don't even want to pay attention to him or, admit there's a problem.
Exactly.
And that's why the kid's eating glue. And next thing you know, he'll be sniffing glue.
And then he goes worse after that.
Then he gets a Glock illegally and goes and holds up a convenience store for $80 and gets killed.
Right.
Or in jail.
Or kills kids on campus.
My kid would never do that. Well, your kid fucking did.
Exactly.
He did it. Admit it, bro.
Why are you not taking responsibility at a young age?
Yeah, it blows my skirt up. Really blows my skirt up. I'll tell you that for free. Oh, my God. Everybody got to point their fingers at everything but themselves.
Oh.
Stop using your fingers. Use your fucking thumbs.
Yep.
This way.
Exactly.
What's got 2 thumbs and is awesome? This guy.
It's true. Kids would be different if the parents even pitched in and contributed to what you're trying to mold your child for this world that's already awful. You don't want to have any factor in that?
I'm going to throw this out there on the podcast. You've seen me talk to my son.
Mm-hmm.
And is it any way any normal parent talks to their children?
It's totally normal.
No, forget adorable. I said normal.
No, I said normal.
Oh, I thought you said adorable.
No. I said, it is normal. You care about your kid. You care how he grows up in this.
He grows up, right.
And
he was outside yesterday trying to pick up some branches. He's like, Dad, it's too hot. It's awful. I don't want to do this. I was like, screw you. Finish it. Or I'm not paying you.
Right.
That's how this works.
Right.
Like, you don't finish it, you don't get paid.
Exactly.
Like, you did 73% of the job, so here's 73% of the money. No, that's not how this works. You didn't finish the job, you're not getting paid at all.
Right.
Finish it.
Yep.
He was huffing and puffing. And it was hot out.
It was hot out yesterday.
But he wanted that money.
He did.
He went and did it.
He did.
So, hey, what do I know? Look at me. I'm just a horse's patoot. That's it. I'm a horse's patoot that doesn't know much about anything, except I know everything about everything.
Yeah,
that being said,
you do.
I'm like Goodwill Hunting. I could answer that math equation on the blackboard in the hallway. Yeah.
You could?
I've been to Harvard several times. They've actually called me. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know that.
Harvard called me several times. Say, would you mind enrolling?
Okay.
We want to bring up our GPA. I'm the only person on earth that has a 5.0.
Wow.
Only person on earth, 5.0. Swear to God. This is no lie.
Oh my gosh.
You can look at my transcripts. I made them up yesterday. They're almost dry. They're almost dry.
I can't right now. I can't even keep a straight face anymore. You're killing me.
Oh, come on. I was supposed to disagree with you on this one.
You know what?
But I can't. I'm pro-teacher. Everybody needs to know that. I cannot go against teachers. I will not go against teachers.
I won't either.
And so teachers are the greatest thing in this world.
They are.
Anybody that's out there that is a teacher, thank you and good for you. Keep going. Just keep it up. I'll keep fighting to try and figure out how to get you guys paid. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll keep trying.
I know.
Anyway, we're getting to the end. We're coming down. Hey, tell us what you think. Like and comment. SakiToMe.com. Come on, that's the call of action. You all know what this is. Head over. We had a little hiccup in our domain host, and figured that out. So now if you go there, you can actually like and subscribe, and we'll get you on the email list and get you out all the information that's coming up. So thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And as always, be good.
Hey everyone, it's Kat. Just want to give a shout out to fellow podcaster Steve Pugh from Dads with Nerdy Ambitions. Check him out whenever you can.
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, it's Dedo. Thanks for checking out the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to us. We can hook up, interact. You can tell us what you like about the show. Talk about what you don't like about the show. Give us information and insight. We'd appreciate it. We only want to make the show better for you guys. Also, if you get a chance, head over to summitassembly.net. That's our sponsor, and you could really use some business. All right? As always, everybody, be good.
Saki Doomy.